This is the fourth and final DVD set and final review that I'll be doing of this particular set, or these particular DVDs. This is Volume 4 of Batman the Animated Series, although it wasn't called Batman the Animated Series when it moved to the WB in 1997. It was called The New Batman Adventures. But it was also alternately titled The New Batman Superman Adventures, because you had the new Superman animated series, which featured Wings star Tim Daly as the voice of the Man of Steel. Just about all the original voice actors returned for the new Batman Adventures, with the exception of, I believe it's Jeffrey Combs, who well known as for his role as Dr. Herbert West from the Reanimator movies. He's the voice of the Scarecrow, and a very, very creepy Scarecrow. Extremely creepy. Very creepy guy. And there's also a new actor voicing Killer Croc. And also, since Robin is now Tim Drake, and he's about, I think on this series, he was about 10, 11 years old, somewhere in there. He is voiced by a different actor. But we do see Dick Grayson as Nightwing on this series. We also see Batgirl as more of a regular character. She's voiced by Tara Strong. Originally, she was voiced by Melissa Gilbert on the original animated series. But here she's voiced by Tara Strong, who is well known for several voice acting roles that she has done through the years. She's done several characters. She's voiced several characters, including a few characters on the controversial Comedy Central show Drawn Together. But we have all the classic villains returning. All of them have been redesigned. Batman has been redesigned, as you can see. He no longer has the yellow emblem around his around the black bat emblem on his chest, and his costume is pretty much black, gray, and yellow. Well, the yellow for the utility belt. You notice the utility belt is has been redesigned with more of the pouches and things like that on the utility belt. But this features Mr. Freeze also returns. He is redesigned. Interestingly enough, he is actually able to, his head is able to move independently from his body. It's almost like a spider-like apparatus. It's very unusual. But we also we see the return of Ventriloquist and Scarface. They've been redesigned. Catwoman has been redesigned. But the best episode on this particular set is Over the Edge, which is a nightmarish type episode where Batgirl is killed when she is knocked off a building by the Scarecrow. And Commissioner Gordon finds out because of her... Well, as Batgirl is dying, she says, "Dad," because she actually landed on the squad car that Commissioner Gordon and Detective Bullock were in. And he unmasks her and he realizes it's his daughter, it's Barbara. And as Batman is trying to comfort him, he says, "How could you? I trusted you." And basically, he gets on her computer and finds out that Batman and Robin are Bruce Wayne and Tim Drake. And finds out that Dick Grayson is Nightwing. And that the Batcave is under Wayne Manor. And Gordon and the police actually raid Wayne Manor to try and apprehend Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin escape. And then later they apprehend Nightwing, Dick Grayson. And eventually Gordon becomes so desperate to to capture Batman, he hires an unlikely. He goes to an unlikely source. He goes to Bane, who is in Stonegate Prison. He hires Bane to try and capture the Batman. He wants Batman captured alive so he can put him in the he can put Batman in Arkham to be with or to be among all the psychos he's created. That's what Gordon says in the episode. Really well done episode. I don't want to give away too much more of that particular episode, but it is an outstanding episode. It really is. I'm not going to give away too much more. And we see a new character. I think she was called Calendar Girl, and she was a former model, and she hid her face behind a mask, and she I think she was targeting various fashion shows and things of that nature. But and there's also an episode called Old Wounds, which shows a flashback sequence where Robin, we see Dick Grayson as Robin for the final time before he becomes Nightwing, and he and Batman have a confrontation because apparently the Dick Grayson Robin did not like the way Batman was treating a suspect, and Robin took exception to that, and it's a flashback story which Nightwing is telling to Robin, Tim Drake, to Tim Drake's Robin. Here's a shot of here's a shot of the Tim Drake Robin right here. The Demon Within is an interesting episode. It features a character called Etrigan, real name Jason Blood, who is voiced by Billy Zane. He is this ancient individual who becomes this demonic superhero. He's not a villain. He's a superhero. I mean, for a demon, he's a superhero. Here's Scarface as he is re-envisioned for the new Batman Adventures. That's Batgirl. This is the Joker as he was redesigned for the new Batman Adventures. Some of these episodes are pretty good. Some of them are kind of hit and miss. There's some hit and miss. Here's the Penguin as he's been redesigned for the animated series, which is more in keeping with the original. What I think is a fellow named Jack Burnley, who designed the Penguin back in, I think, the 50s, or maybe in the 40s. This is from literally from the comic book, the way he was designed to look. There's also an interesting episode. It's the final episode. It's called Judgment Day, where we see this character called the Judge, who's basically going after heroes and villains, including Two-Face. But there's a twist to the story, and I'm not going to tell you what the twist is. Very interesting twist to the story. Girls' Night Out, interesting episode. It features Batgirl and Supergirl teaming up against Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, and I can't remember who this is. But that's an interesting episode. Beware the Creeper features a reporter, Jack Ryder, who is thrown into a vat of chemicals at the same chemical plant that created the Joker. And he comes out as the Creeper. This weird superhero. With yellow skin and green hair. And oh, Mad Love. There's also Mad Love on this set, which is adapted from a story by Paul Dini, which was a comic book story which came out in 1993, and they adapted it for this particular series, and it's a pretty faithful adaptation of the comic book story. It's pretty faithful. Not quite as violent as the comic book story, but really I was glad that they adapted that story for the animated series because it's a really good story. But this set is actually pretty well done. This is, like I said, the final set of the animated series, and I really like this set. It's got some pretty good, outstanding episodes. Not all of them are all that good. Some of them are good. Some of them, eh. But overall, if I were to rank this, I'd probably rank it about an 8. I would say an 8 out of 10. And as I mentioned again, they are all available on Amazon. Every single one of these DVD sets are available on Amazon. They don't have them out in Blu-ray, but they do have them on DVD. So I do recommend getting this DVD set also. So that's my conclusion of the 4 animated series reviews, the DVD sets. Now let me know what you think of each review, and we'll see you later.